At Champion Car Wash Field here in the season. We welcome you into today's broadcast of Roseburg High Sports on the Score and streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Roseburg coming in after a win in their season opener on Tuesday. As for Central Catholic, they're coming off of a loss in their season opener against a good Sherwood team and their season opener on Tuesday. Both teams look to try and pick up a win in the second game of the year. Should be a fun matchup here between two teams that have seen each other in the postseason in recent history and two teams that have plans of being in the postseason again this year. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Joey Kieran. It's great to be with you here on this Thursday afternoon. A bit chilly unless you're in the sunshine, which there's plenty of that down on the ball field today. But here in Roseburg, we've been seeing sunshine, temperatures warming up close to 60 this afternoon, and we're expecting to have a great day for some baseball. Here in the pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson in just a second. Want to remind you today's game is streaming with video online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. Head to YouTube and search 1490 The Score. You'll find us there. You can hit the subscribe button to follow Roseburg High baseball throughout this spring season. And the video stream this season brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. As we take a break here in the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson. Again, the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. Give them a call at 673-7122. Back after a quick 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Back here with more of our pregame on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Well, it's a beautiful day for some baseball, so let's go ahead and get one in. Roseburg welcomes in the Central Catholic Rams today, and joining us in the pregame is head coach Troy Thompson. Get a chance to catch up. Coach, one game in the books for you guys. I know first game is always kind of figuring a lot of things out, and there's going to be a lot more of that here to come the next couple of weeks. But how'd you guys feel coming away from the first one of the season?
Well, it was great to get it in. It was great to have a performance on the mound like we had out of Evan Corbin, and we got enough offense to get it done. So a good start for us in regards to a lot of things, but lots of things to work on, like you said. So we're going to continue that yesterday in practice and again here today against a very good Central Catholic club.
Evan, you mentioned him. I know we'll get a chance to see Takahashi here real soon, and those are going to be two guys that a lot of names, a lot of people around Southern Oregon are going to know those two names. How important is just what they do for you guys this year? I know pitching's always huge, and you guys have had a luxury of being able to have a lot of guys that can help lead you through a season, and being able to have those top arms that you can rely on. How important is that for you and what you guys do?
Oh, it's absolutely vital. You got to have arms in this game, and certainly in our league with our 3 games a week and a doubleheader on Saturday, you've got to have arms. And with the pitch count coming in here years ago, it certainly forces you to develop and have some arms that can come in and throw innings. But it's nice to start with a couple guys that have been there before at the varsity level and had success. So, and it's just not on the mound for them. Of course, they're both position players and hitting our lineup and are a big part of what we do defensively, a big part of what we do offensively. So it's nice to start there. It always has been through the years with an arm that can give you a chance to win, and we're confident when they're on the mound, and hopefully that holds true and they come out and have the performances that they can have.
I've talked with guys throughout the years, names like Jay Stoffel and Zach Mandera is one that these guys have been able to kind of help get that next group of guys that come up. And I know that Evan worked a lot with Jace through the years. I'm sure Austin had chances to work with him as well. Being able to have a guy like Zach Mandera back in the dugout who's not that far from playing and knows what it's like to try and battle and what kind of mentality you need to be successful on the mound. How big is that for what he may be able to impart to some of these guys as somebody that's kind of close to their age and been through it recently?
Right, absolutely. Yeah, very important once again. Zach has played at a high level his whole career, whether he was here playing football or baseball for us, and then moved on to play college football there at Portland State and played and had a good career there. And to get him back as someone that's been there, done that, and can share that message with our players now is crucial. And we're fortunate that he's got the time here this spring and is able to join us out here. And we look forward to watching his growth as a young coach as well. And he brings a certain intensity and excitement to the game. So very fortunate to have him here, along with we are with our other coaches at all the levels, from our freshman group with Connor Yagi and Clayton Braylage, and our JV group with Justin O'Byrne and Steve Patterson, and of course with our varsity group with Coach Mandera and Coach Sester and I. Just be blessed that we have the good people around our kids every day and trying to teach them the game of baseball as well as some life lessons along the way.
I think it is a testament to what you guys have going here with the program, that you got former players coming back that want to be a part of being able to continue to grow this program after their time playing. And cool to see that those guys like Yagi and Braylage and, of course, Zach getting a chance to catch up with them. That's a lot of fun, and I'm excited about that. It's great.
Yeah, it goes deeper than that. Every coach in our program is a former player in this program, and I'm not sure that happens very often in any program anywhere. The only one that sticks out is me, of course. I didn't had the opportunity to grow up here, or didn't grow up here. I grew up in Eastern Oregon, and came over 20 some years ago. So I'm still kind of the new guy here. So which is scary to say when you've been here a while. So
I'd say you've put your thumbprint on this program. But.
Very fortunate to have those guys that want to still be involved in a program that they were involved in as a high school player to come back and spend the time and commit to being here and coaching these guys. It's a huge deal and a great benefit for all of us.
Today you guys take on Central Catholic, and I know we talked about being the first couple of games of the season, a lot to try and get in and get guys reps here in the opening week. But I know also it's nice to be able to kind of have a routine and a rotation of where guys are at game in and game out. Do you try to stick guys out there in the same spots today, minus some changes for pitching, or do you try to see and give some guys some innings here today as well?
Well, that's the great challenge, is how it's going to play out. You come in with a plan, and sometimes the plan plays out, and other times you scramble from the first pitch on. But yeah.
That is head coach Troy Thompson running a little bit out of time here as they race through things and get us ready to go, and we'll go ahead and do so. Let's take a look at the batting lineup for the Central Catholic Rams. It'll lead off with Cade Galen, the center fielder, Aiden Rice, the shortstop, batting second, followed by Armand Letier. Here's top 3 hitters that'll face off against Roseburg's Austin Takahashi on the mound. Takahashi, a right-hander, will fire in the first pitch, strike one, and we are underway in today's ball game. Austin on the mound, right-hander, senior this year for Roseburg, heading to the University of Portland next year. He will miss outside, a 1-1 count. To the leadoff man, a left-handed batter Cade Galen, the center fielder for Central Catholic. He'll swing and chops one foul. Had to cut short there on Coach Thompson. We'll get the timing and the pregame all figured out. We had to skip his interview altogether last time and now had to cut him short. Ground ball up the middle, goes towards second baseman Jordan White, who will make the play and retire the first batter as White at second base today for Roseburg. We'll get you a look at their defense here as we run through this first inning of the ball game. One down and up to bat will be Aiden Rice. Rice will stand in from the right-hand side of the plate. The starting shortstop for this Rams ball club coming in at 0-1 on the season. He'll take the first pitch for strike one. On the mound, Takahashi last year was named the Coast Southwest Conference Pitcher of the Year. Ball fouled away down the right field side for strike two. Takahashi last year for Roseburg finished with a 2.45 ERA, 61 strikeouts, 11 walks, had a 7-2 record. His 0-2 pitch with one out comes in just a bit high. Count will go to 1-2 against Aiden Rice. Rice, a sophomore for this young Central Catholic team. He'll put a line drive up the middle. It'll drop in for a base hit out to center field. Eli Jacobs out there in front of it, and there's today's first hit of the ball game. So the two-hitter gets his way on with one out, and the three-hitter coming up to the plate. It'll be Armand Laitier, the right fielder.
Next batter, right fielder number 20, Armand Laitier.
Laitier, the right fielder, one of three seniors on this roster for Central Catholic. He'll take outside from Takahashi. Behind the plate, catching today for Roseburg is the senior Parker Burke. He'll adjust over that outside edge of the plate, the 1-0 delivery. Ground ball towards shortstop. Brooks Avery on the run. A throw to first will get the out there. Brooks Avery getting his first start at shortstop, makes the throw on the run across the diamond to get the second out. Aiden Rice does advance to second base. Now with two down, it'll bring up the DH and cleanup hitter Luke Anzalotti. Anzalotti will step in again in right-handed batter after the leadoff man in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch, high for ball one. Burke behind the plate today. Second game starting back there. Out at first, Evan Corbin. At second, Jordan White. As a a foul ball back to the netting for strike one. Jordan White making his first start at second. He started at third on Tuesday. Some shifting around with Takahashi on the mound. Brooks Avery will start at short, and Jake Johnson making his first varsity start at third. And he'll get some action here as he charges in. Will throw across, and making the tag is Evan Corbin for the final out, leaving one stranded on base for Central Catholic. Roseburg will get the 3 outs needed here in the top of the first inning. No runs on one hit. There were no errors, and one man left on base. We go to the bottom half of the first inning. We'll come back and take a look at Roseburg's starting lineup after this 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Come back for the bottom of the first in a scoreless ball game. Taking a look at the starting lineup for the Roseburg Indians. For those watching online at 541radio.com, I'm not sure why it didn't put all of their last names in, but here we go. It's Austin Takahashi leading things off, followed by the center fielder Eli Jacobs. Evan Corbin at first base will bat third. Second baseman Jordan White batting in the cleanup position, followed by Jace Wilder, who will start in right field, batting fifth. The catcher Parker Burke hitting sixth, followed by third baseman Jake Johnson batting seventh. And the eighth position in the lineup is the left fielder Hunter Fullerton, and then rounding out the starting nine is Brooks Avery, the starting shortstop. They will face off against Cam Ames, a right-hander on the mound. Ames is a sophomore this year for the Rams, a young team with only 3 seniors on the roster. Graduated a lot from last year, so they got a lot of guys breaking in with their first time at the varsity level. Left-handed batter, right-handed thrower, Austin Takahashi will dig into the batter's box to start things off against the righty Cam Ames. Tuesday, Takahashi finishing 1 for 3. Takes the first pitch of the ballgame for strike one from Cam Ames. Behind the plate, Gavin Dunn catching for Central Catholic. Set up. Low squat. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike two. A lot of pick up there on the fastball for Ames as he tries to get things started on the positive side for Central Catholic. Missing low. A 1-2 count. I want to say thanks again to our pregame show sponsor. That's Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. High and away on the 1-2 offering for Takahashi. Takahashi giving up 1 hit in the top of the first inning, trying to get the first hit of the game for Roseburg here in the bottom half of the frame. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Not too often that they will get Takahashi with a swing and a miss strikeout. He goes down. 1 away for Cam Ames. Eli Jacobs will dig in. Hits from the right side of the plate. Ames, breaking ball carries outside for ball 1. Out at first base, Wyatt Brown. Dexter Stremming at second. Ryan Davis at third. Aiden Rice at short. Get to the outfield for Central Catholic as a pitch high and inside. 2-0 count for Jacobs. Andrew Krall in left, Cade Galen in center, and Armand Letier in right field for the Rams. Pitch inside, 3-0 count. Central Catholic receiving votes in the preseason OSAA coaches poll. Roseburg did not. 3-0 pitch. Hits the top of the zone for strike one against Jacobs. Preseason coaches poll. Roseburg, no love there. Central Catholic outside the top 10, but got some votes. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4 issued to Eli Jacobs. So Jacobs will get the trip down to first base with 1 out. Roseburg will put one runner on base. And it brings up Evan Corbin. Corbin starting at first base after being the starting pitcher on Tuesday. He'll take high for ball 1. Corbin on Tuesday was 1 for 3, was hit by a pitch, scored a run, also had a single to left field in the second inning. A 1-0 delivery. Jacobs running. The throw down to second base. Not going to be there in time. So in safely goes Eli Jacobs. Time called out to the mound, a mound visit for Gavin Dunn. It's a 1-1 count. It was a strike against Corbin at home. Talked with Coach Troy Thompson about being aggressive on the bases this season. And sure enough, we see Roseburg trying to put the pressure on early on. Get a man into scoring position with 1 away. After the mound visit, Evan Corbin back in the box with a runner at second, 1 out, and a 1-1 count. Puts it in play. Ground ball up the middle. It'll be taken by the second baseman. Throw to first low, but will get to the glove for Wyatt Brown. Up to third base goes Jacobs. A productive out for Corbin, but 2 away. And Jordan White will have to try and come through with something clutch here. Dexter Stremming making the put out to first. Wyatt Brown making sure that one didn't hit the turf. First pitch, check swing off the catcher for strike 1 to Jordan White. Jordan White on Tuesday in the season opener finished 0 for 2, drew a walk with the bases loaded for an RBI, but then flew out twice to center field. Stands back in with the 0-1 count. Swings through it for strike 2. At third base, Eli Jacobs, after a 1-out walk, he stole second, moves to third on the ground out by Corbin. 90 feet from home, trying to give Roseburg a lead, but it's on White here with 2 strikes against him. Ames delivers and gets the swing and a miss, chasing upstairs for strike 3. Jordan White will go down. So that will finish things off. Roseburg threatens here in the first. So did Central Catholic, but neither team strikes. No Roseburg, no runs, no hits, no errors for Central Catholic, and 1 man left on base. We're through 1 inning of play. We go to the top of the second after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us,
Top of the second inning, Austin Takahashi will lead things off. Fires inside and high to Gavin Dunn. Today's ball game brought to you by Dr. Lance and Randall Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. There's a foul ball. Visit drrandall.com or call him at 541-378-6694. Austin Takahashi, I got to remind myself, very quick worker in between innings and while he's on the mound. Works out of the windup here to Dunn, the 5-hitter in the lineup for the Rams. Breaking ball will miss high. 2 balls and a strike against Dunn, the catcher for Central Catholic. 2-1 pitch. That ball hit out towards center field. It'll tail towards right field. Drops in for a base knock to lead things off here in the second inning. Second single of the game for Central Catholic. Dunn will find his way on base with nobody out. A leadoff base knock. That'll bring up Wyatt Brown. That ball over the plate, a little high, but just reaching out and going opposite direction with it. That's exactly what you want to see a hitter do on those breaking balls outside. And they bring in a courtesy runner. Check on the courtesy runner over there. We get everything straightened away. First pitch is low for ball 1 here to Wyatt Brown. Takahashi's 1-0 delivery hits the inside corner for a strike. That is Langston Captour that takes over at first base running for the catcher. 2-1 count to Wyatt Brown. The 2-1, ground ball back up the middle. Throw out to second for one. Throw back to first. They'll get the double play. Captur cut down at second on the play by Takahashi. You go 1-6-3 on the double play. And Roseburg will empty the bases.
Next batter, left fielder number 8, Andrew Call.
And there's now 2 down for Central Catholic. First pitch swinging up the middle for Andrew Crawl, and there to take it is the shortstop, Brooks Avery. And after a leadoff single, it's a quick inning for Central Catholic. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We will head to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here between the Rams and the Indians on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs. Roseburg baseball here from Champion Car Wash Field, sponsored by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Sun has been shining. Right now, home plate is about the only spot with shadows on the field. The light fixtures, the poles and the lights, they are casting a little bit of shadows on the left side of the field, but that is about it. Jace Wilder will lead things off against Cam Ames in a scoreless ball game. First pitch gets away from Ames, back to the backstop for ball 1 to Jace Wilder, the senior right fielder. First season at the varsity level last game. 1 for 3 for him. Did have an RBI. Had a single in there as well. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Roseburg, a lot of swing and misses so far against Cam Ames, who has struck out 2. Through just 1 inning of play. 57 degrees with the sun shining, is chasing out of the zone goes Jace Wilder. Sun has been shining pretty much all day. Started around freezing temperatures in the morning, but have warmed up to the upper 50s. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Ames, his 3rd of the game. 1 down, and it'll bring up Parker Burke to bat for Roseburg.
Next batter, the catcher, number 15, Parker Burke.
Burke, the catcher, will shed the gear, steps in. He was 0 for 3 in the season opener. Puts one on the barrel here, and it gets by the shortstop into left field. And there is a base hit for Roseburg. Base knock to left field for Parker Burke. And his first hit of the season puts a man on. The catcher will get a courtesy runner. And that is Braden Russell that'll run at first. Brings up another guy looking for his first hit at the varsity level. And that is Jake Johnson, who is making his debut for Roseburg. And he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Johnson, a sophomore for Roseburg, the only sophomore on the roster. He's had older brothers go through the program. Now it's his turn. The 0-1 pitch here from the sophomore Cam Ames. Chasing up in the air into foul territory. In front of the Roseburg dugout, overran it. Gavin Dunn, the catcher. He was right near the on-deck circle for the Tribe, but he overran it. That ball cutting back towards home, and he made a valiant attempt to try and get the glove underneath it. Could not. And that'll fall for a foul ball to Jake Johnson, who will have an 0-2 count with a man on at first. 1 out. Ames working out of the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. That ball's in the air. Out towards center field, fighting the sun. Coming in is Galen. He'll lose his hat, but he's got the glasses on, and he's underneath it for the second out. High pop fly there for Johnson in his first at-bat of his varsity career. That'll bring up Hunter Fullerton. Fullerton reached on a bunt single in his first game at the varsity level. Swings through on the first pitch here from Ames. Tuesday, Fullerton was 1 for 3. Did have an RBI and a stolen base. The 0-1 pitch, high and away. Catcher Gavin Dunn up out of his crouch, but doesn't throw down to first, where Braden Russell is running for Parker Burke, Roseburg's catcher, who had the first hit for the Tribe. Scoreless ball game here in the bottom of the second. The 1-1 squaring to bunt, popped up third base side, and a diving catch made by the third baseman, Ryan Davis, for the final out. That's not the way Roseburg wanted to finish things off here in the second after getting a man on, but that is going to be the way it is. For Roseburg here in the second, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We're through 2 innings of play. It's still scoreless between the Tribe and the Rams on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
From a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Top of the third inning, leading off will be Dexter Stremming for Central Catholic, and he takes strike 2 as we welcome you back here. A couple of pitches into the frame, as again, Takahashi likes to work quickly. 0-2 pitch here for Stremming, scoreless ball game. He'll take high. You've got the 8-9 hitters due up, Stremming, Davis, and Galen. The 1-2 here from Takahashi, breaking ball, ends up low. So far, 2 hits in the game for Central Catholic, 1 hit for Roseburg through the first 2 innings of play. The 2-2. That ball is in the air out towards right field, fighting that sun out there. Jace Wilder will make the catch for the first putout. Talked about that with head coach Troy Thompson in the pregame after our interview. About, just it's kind of a different day. Tuesday was definitely overcast. And today with the sun, you really got to battle that out in right field. And this is really the first time battling that sun in right field for Jace Wilder out there. And he did a good job on the first attempt. 1-0 pitch to Ryan Davis. He swings and gets a piece of it into the glove for strike 1. Ryan Davis, the third baseman. First at bat. Davis, a sophomore. Ground ball towards shortstop. Picked up by Avery. The youngster, Brooks Avery, will fire across the diamond. The junior getting his first start at shortstop so far has looked good doing that. And there are 2 away. A couple of quick outs here for Takahashi, but he faces the top of the order. It'll be the lefty, Cade Galen, grounded out to second base in his first at-bat. He stands in, and he takes strike 1. First time through the lineup for Central Catholic, they get 2 hits but no runs, a couple of singles. The 0-1 is in for a strike. Roseburg defensively in the outfield, Fullerton, Jacobs, and Wilder from left to right. As the 0-2 pitch here for Takahashi. Outside, Roseburg wanted it, didn't get the call. On the infield, of course, Burke behind the plate, Corbin at first, White at second, Jake Johnson at third, and Brooks Avery at short. The 1-2 pitch just misses again for Takahashi, and Tak has himself with a 2-2 count. Ooh, been 3 pitches right around the zone that he can't quite paint the corner on against the lefty. Full count pitch here for Takahashi out of the windup. Ground ball towards second. In front of it, Jordan White, no problem. Easy toss to Corbin at first, and it's a 1-2-3 frame for Central Catholic in the top of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning, still scoreless, here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Roseburg Baseball on the Score brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Today's game also brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Bottom of the third, scoreless so far. Only a combined 3 hits in this one. Cam Ames on the mound with 3 strikeouts. Will face Brooks Avery. Leadoff man ducks out of the way for ball 1. Avery at shortstop today. Started at second base back on Tuesday. He had a walk and then a ground out and pop out. He takes a breaking ball outside from Ames. A 2-0 count. Roseburg won 6-2 against West Salem to start out the season. So they are 1-0 coming into this matchup. The 2-0 pitch here for Avery, in for a strike. West Salem scored in the top of the first. Roseburg took a 5-1 lead, though, in the bottom of the first as the pitcher had 3 walks and 3 hit batters. Another strike, top of the zone against the smaller stature in Avery. 2-2 count. Ames delivers. Swung on and missed. He'll get strikeout number 4 on the day. 1 away to start things off in the third. Ames has only allowed 2 base runners, 1 in each frame so far. But it's always come with 1 out, so we'll see if Austin Takahashi, the leadoff man, will have an opportunity to get himself on base here and keep that trend going. Ames, the righty, versus Takahashi, the left-handed hitter. Takes outside, ball 1. So Roseburg took advantage of the situation on Tuesday against West Salem. Evan Corbin pitched a pretty strong game as a 1-0 delivery to Tak is taken high and away. Corbin went 7 innings in the opener. Gave up 5 hits and 2 runs, but he struck out 10 and walked just 1. He was efficient and found his spots. 2-0 pitch. Missing high and inside to Takahashi from Ames, and he falls behind 3-0. Tak is usually a pretty disciplined hitter. He drew a lot of walks the last couple of years. A 3-0 pitch to him here. He'll take for ball 4. That is the second walk issued by Ames. Eli Jacobs drew a walk in the first inning, and he comes up to bat with 1 out and 1 on. Takahashi will run for himself out at first. Pickoff throw over that direction, not in time. Jacobs was stranded at third base in that first inning. He'll swing, Hits a soft chopper towards right field. It'll drop in, and Roseburg has their second hit of the day. Eli Jacobs producing out of that two-hole. Gets on base for his second time with his first hit of the afternoon. First and second for Roseburg. Jacobs getting his second hit of the season at an RBI single in the sixth inning of the game on Tuesday. He picks up a single here to move Takahashi to second. 2 runners on with 1 away, and Roseburg looking to try and do some damage here in the bottom of the third of a scoreless game. Evan Corbin will stand in, the 3-hitter, heart of the lineup coming up with runners on and in scoring position. Just outside on the first pitch from Ames, the sophomore. We'll see how he does with a little bit of pressure. He hasn't been pressured much yet today. Sirens going by here in Roseburg near Stewart Park. 1-0 delivery for Corbin. Outside. And a quick visit coming here for head coach Justin Barkas in his 4th year with Central Catholic. He'll head out there to have a conversation with his pitcher and his catcher. Well, Roseburg softball yesterday started out their season with a big win on the road at Sunset. Good to see there. They had a 7-run inning to really pull away. They will be back to action coming up tomorrow. Roseburg Track and Field having their season opener today. They're on the road at Crater. Also yesterday, you saw the season opener for Roseburg Boys Lacrosse. They suffered a tough loss at Corvallis, a 9-8 loss in that one. NCAA tournament getting underway today. Been a lot of fun. Been some big upsets already. 2-0 pitch here for Ames. Corbin takes a strike as the conversation with Coach Barkas got something going there for Ames. He fires in the breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner. 2-1 pitch. And stepping off, Ames will reset. The right-hander. Not a big frame on him, but he's been throwing pretty well here to start the day out. Ames will deliver. Hits the inside corner for another strike against Evan Corbin. Grounded out to second his last time up. A productive out, but did come with 1 out, and so moving the runner around didn't help as much as you'd like. 2-2 pitch here for Ames. Outside and low. Takes the count full. And the season opener, Roseburg drew a total of 4 walks against the 2 pitchers for West Salem. Looking to try and get their third here against Ames. 3-2 pitch to Corbin. Swing, and the runner's going, throw down to third. He didn't get it there in time. So a strikeout at the plate for Corbin. And then the runners both stealing. Takahashi got in safely just ahead of the tag by Ryan Davis at third. He had to scoop it out of the dirt. But there are 2 down after the strikeout for Corbin, and it brings up Jordan White. First pitch misses for ball 1. 5th strikeout in the game for Ames. And Jordan White swings through strike 1. White was a strikeout victim in the first inning. 1-1 delivery for Ames. Swung through again. Jordan has not been able to locate that pitch. Seems to be a gap in the swing right now for him. 1-2 delivery. Cam Ames gets him. Strike 3. Ames will get himself out of the frame and will send us to the 4th with this game still tied at 0. Roseburg leaves 2 stranded, back after a 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Catholic in the fourth inning, number 4, Aiden Rice.
Rice, Latier, and Anzalotti due up. First pitch swinging, a line drive shot to right field for Aiden Rice. And the shortstop will have his second hit of the day as he goes the opposite direction of where he went in the first inning. First inning more up the middle. Here he sends one to right center, and it's a leadoff single for Aiden Rice against Austin Takahashi. One on and nobody out. Best start since the second inning for Central Catholic to try and get this one. Neither team able to put a run on the board so far through the first 3 innings. Swing and a miss, strike one to Armand Latier. The 0-1 pitch to him from Takahashi out of the stretch. Takes his time, delivers, gets the off-speed swing and a miss again. Breaking ball buried on top of the plate. 2 hits apiece through the first 3 innings for these two sides. 0-2 count for Latier, and strike zone shrinks on Takahashi there. Latier takes for ball 1. At first base is Aiden Rice. Another one in the dirt, trying to get him to chase, could not. And it's a 2-2 count here for Latier as the Rams dugout starting to get a little bit more vocal. 2-2 for Takahashi. That ball fought off, goes foul towards the Roseburg dugout down the third base side. Roseburg in the home whites here today. Maroon tops, white trousers for the Central Catholic Rams. Button-up tops. And the count will go full as Takahashi misses on another one. Breaking ball just off the mark. Runner out at first. Rice, a sizable lead. Takahashi delivers and misses outside for ball 4. Seemed like a little frustration released on that pitch there for Takahashi as he reared back to fire. 2 runners on. First and second for Central Catholic. They've not had 2 runners on base in an inning so far today. Out at second is Rice. Latier at first. Up to bat, the cleanup man on the DH. Anzalotti will take strike 1 on the outside corner. Takahashi giving up his first walk of the day. Squaring to bunt. That one bunted foul for strike 2 by the cleanup hitter and DH Anzalotti. Last year, the Central Catholic club, 21-7. The 0-2 pitch, strike 3, got him looking. First strikeout of the day for Takahashi. 1 away, gets a big first out there. Now a ground ball could be the end of the inning for Roseburg defensively. Bring up Gavin Dunn, who singled to shallow right center his last time up. First pitch takes for strike 1. Takahashi working out of the stretch for a good portion of this inning with runners on since the leadoff man. The 0-1 breaking ball stays high. 21-7, 14-2. It's finished second in the Mountain Hood Conference last year, did Central Catholic. Lost in the first round against Sheldon, though. 1-1 pitch. Hits the outside corner for a called strike against Gavin Dunn, the catcher. 1-2 pitch and looking for another punch out here. Takahashi delivers and just off the edge. Talk's 2-2 delivery coming up. At second base, Aiden Rice would be the go-ahead run. Fought off a pitch. That one's lasered into the stands down the right field side. Stays a 2-2 count. Just outside, scooped up by Burke. Runners back to the bags. Rice out at second base. Latier at first. 3-2 pitch here for Takahashi. Yet another one. Gets the hitter to send one high in the air. That's foul territory, left field side. Long run for Fullerton. He's got great speed. Not enough to get to that one in time. So back to the plate. We'll go Gavin Dunn. Looking to see if he can drive in the first run of the game. RBIs this season are brought to you by our friends at BTB Moving. They provide labor services for your moving needs. Call them at 541-315-0122. Ground ball up the middle. Bouncer to Avery, to White. Throw over to Corbin. Picks it off the turf, and Roseburg will get the inning-ending double play. And Gavin Dunn will go 6-4-3 for the final out in the top of the fourth. It stays a scoreless ball game on a little bit of glove work for Roseburg defensively. Go to the bottom of the fourth. Tied at 0 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Roseburg baseball on the Score, brought to you by Flyway Travel. When you're ready to get ready for that big dream trip, contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyway Travel at 672-5701. Wilder, Burke, and Johnson due up for Roseburg in this scoreless ball game. Wilder takes inside for strike one to lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth. Wilder struck out back in the second. He'll pop this one up, foul. On the right side, everybody chasing into the bullpen, but out of the reach of first base, second base, and right field for Central Catholic. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Roseburg. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Central Catholic. Been a competitive, tight game. That's what we kind of expected here today. 0-2 pitch for Wilder. That one behind the head as he ducks out of the way. Down at first base, Coach Tim Sester. Out at third base, Coach Troy Thompson. Manning the bases for Roseburg. A 1-2. That ball hit up the middle. The shortstop ranging to his left. An easy toss across the diamond for Aiden Rice to retire Jace Wilder. Start things off here in the fourth inning. 1 away, and Parker Burke will bat. Well, we did want to try and work this into today's broadcast. I wanted to get it in on Tuesday, but got distracted with the game going on. First pitch. That one got Parker Burke. So Burke, 4th hit batter of the season for Roseburg. Had 3 in the opener on Tuesday. They get 1 here, put a man on base. And then the courtesy runner will come in. That is Braden Russell once again. So 1 on and 1 out. Jake Johnson will bat, the sophomore. Second trip to the plate against Cam Ames, the righty, who's still in this game. No action in either bullpen. Squaring to bunt, Johnson will take for ball 1. So wanted to take a moment to mention pretty much he's a former Roseburg baseball legend, and he's a longtime Roseburg sports superfan. Ron Beamer, passing away at the age of 83 here recently, back on February 10th. It's a pickoff throw, not in time to get Russell at first. Graduated in 1958 from Roseburg. Did play a little bit of pro ball, but unfortunately passing away at 83. Squared a bunt, a strike taken this time for Johnson. 1-1 count. Beamer, considered one of the Indians' best baseball players of all time. Passing away on February 10th. His brothers, Wally, Ron, and Jim, all three of them playing pro ball. Another brother, Nub, stand out at Oregon State University and played in the Canadian Football League. It's a ball fouled away by Johnson. Goes to a 1-2 count for the youngster. Ron headed the Beam team, which also consisted of Tom Rise, Larry Getz, and Dale Johnson. They rarely missed a Roseburg sporting event and supported other area high school teams as well. 1-2 pitch to Johnson. Gets away from the catcher. It'll be a 2-2 count at the plate as up to second base goes Braden Russell. Wild pitch moves a runner into scoring position for the Tribe. Beamer was a member of the 1956 Lockwood Motors American Legion team, dubbed the Douglas County Wonder Kids, went all the way to the World Series in Bismarck, North Dakota. And he was an outstanding baseball player. As a ball right side gets in fair down the right field line into the corner. This will be extra bases for Jake Johnson. The sophomore drives in the first run of the game as he's into second base, and Roseburg's in front. Roseburg will get the lead here in the bottom of the fourth on an RBI double. First extra base hit of the season for the Tribe. Jake Johnson, the youngster, coming through with the big hit. Puts Roseburg up 1-0, one out still. And the pitch outside for ball one to Hunter Fullerton. Johnson coming through, driving in Braden Russell from second. And the RBIs as out at second base, Jake Johnson. Well, this would be unfortunate for the youngster. Seems to be maybe a leg injury or something that's tweaked on him, but the coaches will check on him. That RBI presented by BTB Moving. Johnson drives in Russell, brings them all the way home. If you're looking for some help getting things to your house, it's BTB Moving. They provide labor services for your moving needs. They're veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful. They've got senior and veteran discounts available. You can book now at 541-315-0122, or you can find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. They'll help you out statewide. Coach Thompson, Coach Sestero over there talking with Johnson, who will stay in the game, so that is good news for the youngster. First hit at the varsity level. How about that? First hit at a varsity level is a double that drives in the go-ahead run in a scoreless ball game. Congratulations, Jake Johnson. I do know his grandma's probably watching from, I believe it was Nevada. I got an email from her on Tuesday. Pam, welcome into the broadcast. Congratulations. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed by Hunter Fullerton. Third grandson to go through this program. Jake, the younger brother of Cody and Caden Johnson, that have made their way through and had a ton of success with Roseburg baseball. 1-1 pitch to Fullerton, swung on and missed into the glove on a breaking ball there. Out at second base, Jake Johnson. Roseburg would love to bring him in and add some more insurance. Fullerton, a 1-2 pitch coming up. Ames looks to second, delivers, and the pitch carries outside. Fullerton tried to lay down a bunt in the second inning, popped it up to third baseman Ryan Davis, who made the play. 2-2 pitch here for Fullerton. Ames delivered and just staying alive. Fullerton gets a piece of that one. Got some of Hunter Fullerton's basketball teammates hanging out down in the bleachers in front of us. At least one of them. I recognize Micah Mendoza, the back of his head. A couple of those other guys hanging out down there. Roseburg basketball, a playoff team this year. 2-2 pitch. Off speed. Fullerton not fooled. Was able to hang in there, not get out on the front foot. Gets a piece of it to stay alive. Ames battling a bit here in the fourth inning. Had 6 strikeouts through the first 3. But he has given up a hit batter and a double, and it's a 1-0 lead for Roseburg. The 2-2, high and inside. Count goes full as now the Roseburg dugout getting some vocal. Did want to finish my thoughts here about Ron Beamer as we wish his family all the condolences there. A celebration of life will be held April 8th at Roseburg High School's gym. 3-2 pitch. Got him. Ames gets him swinging. 2 down. 7th strikeout in the game for Cam Ames. And it'll bring up the 9-hitter Brooks Avery, who struck out in the 3rd inning. Ron will definitely be missed. I didn't get to know him all that well, but he was a staple here at the ballpark and a guy you'd see all the time. This pitch high in to Avery. Had a couple of times to stop and chat with Ron throughout my time covering sports here at Roseburg High, but never got a chance to get to know him too well, but it was always great to see him at the ballpark. 1-0 pitch swung on by Avery, chasing down in the dirt for strike 1. Roseburg Baseball streaming online at 541radio.com and on YouTube is sponsored by the Cow Creek Tribe. 1-1 pitch, strike 2 taken just above the belt buckle for Avery. You can head to our YouTube channel, search 1490 The Score, you'll find us, and hit the subscribe button to follow us throughout this spring season. 1-2 pitch, swung on, and foul tipped into the glove for strike 3. That will do it for Roseburg here in the bottom of the 4th, but they do take the lead. They get a 1-out double by Jake Johnson to go ahead 1-0 as we head to the top of the 5th on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs. Come back here to start the top of the 5th inning. A 1-0 count to lead things off for Wyatt Brown against Austin Takahashi, who will get a swing and a miss. As we welcome you back here, Roseburg. Tak always loving to move quickly. The 1-1 hits the inside corner against Brown, who is 0 for 1 on the day. Brown grounded into a double play earlier in the game. He puts this one in the air and out of play for stays strike 2. Back in the 2nd inning, Brown grounding into a 1-6-3 double play. Strike 3 called, goes down looking, and Brown, a strikeout victim to lead things off here in the 5th. 2 strikeouts in the game for Takahashi. They have both been strikeouts looking. 1-0 lead for Roseburg as they score in the bottom of the 4th. Top of the 5th inning here. Ground ball back up the middle. Fielded by Takahashi. Throws a little low to Corbin, but he does get it there. And that will retire Andrew Kroll. Takahashi, a great defender when he's out in the infield, playing at shortstop this season. And he does a great job fielding on the mound as well. Dexter Stremming will bat. With 2 down and nobody on. Takahashi with a lead to work with now. Seems like he's pitching with a little bit more confidence. The 1-0 delivery. In for a strike to Stremming. The 1-1. High and away. Last time these two teams played against each other, Roseburg and Central Catholic, it was in the playoffs back in 2018. 2-1 pitch. That ball in the air out towards right field, coming in and making the play with the sun in his eyes. You can see the reflection off the glasses. Chase Wilder's there to make the final out of the top of the 5th inning. Roseburg, 1-2-3 inning defensively. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for Central Catholic. Roseburg still leading 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
From a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
5th inning, it'll be number 14, Austin Takahashi.
Cam Ames still on the mound for Central Catholic as we start the bottom of the 5th. Today's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. Austin Takahashi leads things off for Roseburg. 3rd time to the plate for the leadoff man. Showed a bunt but did not go after the pitch outside from Ames, a 1-0 delivery. Swinging here, Takahashi puts that one in the air out to center field. Going back is Galen, tracking that one just in front of the warning track. Takahashi gave it a ride, just could not get it beyond the center fielder. Hitless day for Takahashi, but he did get on base once with a walk. 1 out. I'll bring up Eli Jacobs, who's had a productive day at the plate. He's reached on a walk and a single. Jacobs, the senior in center field this year, starting there for Roseburg, takes the first pitch for strike 1. Oh-1 delivery from Ames. Fouled off by Jacobs, a 0-2 count. There is an arm throwing in the bullpen for Central Catholic in the new configuration of the bullpens here at Champion Car Wash Field. A couple of years ago they set it up this. I can't see the pitcher, I can see the catcher. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball for strike 3, and down goes Eli Jacobs. First time this afternoon that Jacobs will not reach base.
Next batter, number 7, Evan Corbin.
That is the 9th strikeout in the game for Cam Ames. He's been efficient. He's been right on top of it here today. But they do have somebody throwing in the bullpen for him. I've not seen any action in the bullpen for Roseburg. Not sure who would be the first arm out for them in this situation. There'll be something to learn here in these first couple of weeks of the season on how they maybe try to structure things in the bullpen. 1-0 lead for Roseburg against Central Catholic. Up to bat, beamed in the back is Evan Corbin. So a 2-out hit by pitch. Corbin getting on base for the first time today. Second hit batter for Ames. And it'll bring up Jordan White, the cleanup man, who has struck out twice. Jordan looking to try and catch up to something from Ames. He's had some big cuts, just hasn't been able to put all the pieces together. He'll take high and inside for ball 1. In and out of the glove for Dunn behind the plate. Chases that down in front of home. Around the Southwest Conference today, still non-league action, although we are scheduled to start league play next week. So far, not a lot of games in for the Southwest Conference. As a 1-0 pitch outside to White. Roseburg, South Eugene, and Willamette, they're all 1-0 to start the day. Grants Pass is 0-1, and then North Medford, Sheldon, and South Medford all have not played a game to start out the day. The 2-0 pitch to White hits the outside corner for a strike. Today you've got Roseburg and Central Catholic squaring off. Sheldon's at Thurston, South Medford at Lebanon today. Those are your matchups in the Southwest Conference non-league play going on. 2 balls and a strike to Jordan White. High and away. And Ames falls behind. UCC baseball also in action today. They were at Lynn Benton. I was going to try and find some scores on that for you. 3-1 pitch here to Jordan White with 2 down and a man at first. Ames delivers, gets a swing and a miss. Full count. Evan Corbin at first will be moving on the pitch. 3-2 pitch, high and away for ball 4. A walk. Up to second base will go Corbin. That's the 3rd walk in the game for Ames. Jordan White on base for the first time. Runners at first and second with 2 away. And here comes Coach Justin Barkis out to the mound for another visit. First one here in this inning. All right, checking in with UCC. Unfortunately, things don't go the Riverhawks' way here today as they take on Lynn Benton, one of the top teams in the NWAC. Lynn Benton gets a 5-3 win in Game 1, and they take a 3-2 win in Game 2. We are going to get a call to the pen for the Central Catholic Rams. All pitching changes are brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Stop by to fill up after home games and come by to watch the live stream during the away games. That's Mountain Mike's on the corner of Bellow and Harvard here in Roseburg, right by Roseburg High School. We'll get you all the details on the pitching change after this 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Here at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon, we get our first pitching change of the day, brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Cam Ames will give way to the bullpen as Spencer Marin will take over, a right-hander. Spencer Marin is a junior right-hander, listed at 6 feet tall. Get a chance to take over with runners at first and second and 2 down. He will face Jace Wilder, who is 0 for 2 on the day, but bats here with an RBI opportunity. First pitch swinging is fouled back to the netting behind home for strike 1. Out at second base is Evan Corbin. At first is Jordan White. Decent speed on the bases. Jace Wilder in the season opener had an RBI and a single. So looking to try and pick up his second RBI of the season. The 0-1 behind his head. And just able to get to it was done for ball 1. So I've got Ames down. Really strong start for the sophomore. Unfortunately, exits with the score not in his favor. The 1-1 pitch here for Wilder. High goes all the way to the backstop. The catcher will get it quickly. The runners both move up. He might have had a chance. Done. That one got back to him so quickly on the ricochet off of the backstop. He might have had an opportunity to try and do something with it, but he kind of wasn't ready to throw anywhere. And so the runners move up without a throw on the wild pitch. And Jace Wilder with a 2-1 count. Breaking ball, and he found a way to hold off on that one. Wilder wanted to go after that pitch, got kind of the barrel moving a bit, but he held up on the slow breaking ball and was able to stay in the box. And the count goes to 3-1. So for Ames, 4 2/3 innings. He only gave up 3 hits. He gives up 3 walks, had 9 strikeouts, 2 hit batters. He gave up the 1 run. It was earned. The runners on base would go to his credit, though, if they do come around to score. 2 outs here. Runners at second and third. A 3-1 pitch to Jace Wilder. And he'll take ball 4. Bases are loaded. Marin comes out of the bullpen, gives up a walk to start off his appearance. Wilder at first, White at second, Corbin at third, and up to bat will be Parker Burke, who is 1 for 1 on the day, also been hit by a pitch along with a single back in the second. The catcher waits, and he'll take a strike on the outside corner. Burke getting his first hit of the season in that at-bat in the second. Hit a line drive to left field. The 0-1, he chops at this one, sends it high in the air. Everybody will race towards the Roseburg dugout, but run out of room as that ball gets out of the ballpark for strike 2. So an 0-2 count for Burke. Marin trying to pitch out of the danger here in the 5th inning. Roseburg trying to add some insurance, leading 1-0. The 0-2 pitch from Spencer Marin. That one gets away from him. Lost the handle as he tosses in high on a ball that looked like it was probably supposed to be a breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Out of his windup, Marin. Gets a ground ball, softly hit right side, charging in. Second baseman flips to first in time to get Burke, who either stumbled or dove head first to the bag. That will finish things off as Roseburg loads them up but cannot capitalize. They lead 1-0 as we go to the 6th inning. We'll come back after this 60-second timeout as we head to the top of the 6th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Roseburg Baseball on the Score is brought to you by Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Austin Takahashi still on the mound as we move to the 6th inning. 9-1, 2 hitters due up for Central Catholic. First pitch, foul ball off the front foot, it looked like, or off the front leg for Ryan Davis. Davis grounded out to shortstop. And his only at-bat so far in the ballgame. The 0-1 from Takahashi. That ball line drive gets into left center. It'll be Fullerton to collect it and sends it back in. That'll be the 4th hit of the ballgame for Central Catholic. And the first hit for the 9-hitter, Ryan Davis. 1 on with nobody out. I've not spotted any action in the bullpen for Roseburg here today. So it looks like they are currently happy with sticking with Austin Takahashi, and he's done a good job. Bunt laid down. Takahashi will field. He'll throw it to first as they get the out. Evan Corbin covering there. Sack bunt laid down by Cade Galen. One away. Up to second base goes Davis. They'll bring up Aiden Rice, who is 2 for 2 in this game with a pair of singles. First pitch, swinging, line drive. That looked like it might have gone off the glove for Takahashi. Throw to the plate from center field. Did he get it there in time? No, the tag is off the mark. The throw was in time from Jacobs, but drifting back from the plate to get to that one in the air. Parker Burke was just a little too far away from the sliding Ryan Davis, who comes in to score on the base hit, third of the game by Aiden Rice. He drives in one, and we are tied at one apiece. Rice will end up at second base. And bring up Armand Laitier. A 1-1 ball game here. First pitch to him. He goes after that one quickly. Fouls it away, though, out of the ballpark down the right field side. Laitier is 0 for 1 with a walk his last time up. The 0-1 is fouled off again. Strike two. So Ryan Davis came in. He slid on the front side of the plate. The throw kind of brought Burke back just a little bit. He lunged and just was outside of his reach. Didn't get the tag applied. There's a pitch in high. 1-2 count for Laitier. The 1-2 swung on and missed. And after giving up the lead, Takahashi fights his way back for the strikeout. Laitier goes down swinging. That is the third strikeout in the game for Takahashi. 2 down, out at second base. Still Aiden Rice, who tied this one up. Up to bat will be Anzalotti, who will dig in. Anzalotti 0 for 2 in the game out of the cleanup spot. So we got a whole new ball game here. Cam Ames will avoid taking the loss. The ball hit hard towards third base. Coming in, Jake Johnson tosses across the diamond to get Anzalotti for the final out. Well, they almost cut down the runner at home, but could not quite get there in time. So Central Catholic able to tie this one up at 1-1 in the top of the sixth. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth inning on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Bottom of the sixth inning, a whole new ball game tied up at 1 apiece. Today's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Spencer Marin now working with this game tied at 1-1. Cam Ames will not take the loss. He'll get a no decision today. Roseburg does have some action up in their bullpen as we start the bottom of the sixth. Jake Johnson had the RBI double back in the fourth inning. We'll get a chance to bat here to lead things off. First pitch at the knees for a strike. Pitch in the dirt, evens up 1-1. 5 base hits in this game for Central Catholic through 6 innings. Roseburg with 3 base hits through 5. The 1-1. That ball laced towards left field. Hooks a little bit too far foul. Johnson out in front of that one. We'll head back to the plate with a 1-2 count. Jordan White thrown in the bullpen for Roseburg. Johnson's 1-2 count. Gets the pitch from Marin. Breaking ball. Sat on it, but not quite enough. Couldn't quite barrel it up either. But he fights it off, and we'll get another look at a 1-2 offering from Spencer Marin. Good pitcher's duel here today from Champion Car Wash Field. 1-2 count. Marin winds and fires. Johnson gets on one, sends it towards center field, but playing it perfectly in straightaway center is Cade Galen, and he is there for the first out. One away brings up the 8-hitter, Hunter Fullerton, who is 0 for 2 in this one. Champion Car Wash Field, for those unfamiliar, great little ballpark here in Southern Oregon. Remodeled here a couple of seasons ago, all artificial turf. The base paths home, the mound, the warning track, the grass, all of it is artificial turf now. Makes it really sustainable for the usual spring and March weather here in the state of Oregon. For Central Catholic fans, probably a little similar to Ron Tonkin Field for you, which we've gone up there to do some games in the past. The 2-0 pitch. In for a strike against Fullerton. 2 balls and 1 strike from Spencer Marin. It is 320 down the lines, 385 to dead center here. Not a home run park. The pitch high for Fullerton. He'll have a 3-1 count against Spencer Marin. The outfield, there's a lot of room to roam out there, but you got to find the power alleys. 3-1. Outside for ball 4. Walk issued to Hunter Fullerton, who gets on base for the first time today. A 1-out walk puts a man on. That's the 5th walk for the Rams pitching staff this afternoon.
Batter number 2, Brooks Avery.
Got the new scoreboard, LED lights. It's beautiful. Looks real great at night. Bullpens have been upgraded. Dugouts have been upgraded as Brooks Avery will lay down a bunt. They throw to first for the sacrifice bunt, trying to take 2 bags. They throw to third, and unable to advance 2 bags is Hunter Fullerton. He gets cut down to finish things off here in the 6th. Avery lays down the sac bunt. The third baseman charging in to get him. And then Fullerton tries to go first to third, but they recover in time to make the tag there. He was out by a mile. And that finishes off things in the bottom of the 6th. So Roseburg unable to get back in the lead. It's 1-1 as we go to the final frame here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs. First pitch swinging as we welcome you back here for the top of the 7th. Leading things off, Gavin Dunn will fly out to center field. Underneath it, Eli Jacobs makes the catch. Quickly one away as Austin Takahashi remains on the mound for Roseburg. Today's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. So it's a 1-1 ball game, final inning of regulation. One away, Gavin Dunn flying out. Now that'll bring up a new batter to stand in for Wyatt Brown. New hitter will be a left-hander. First pitch from Takahashi outside for ball 1. New man in is Grant McKee. McKee will take low and outside, a 2-0 count. 2-0. This time hits the outside corner for Takahashi. 2 balls and a strike. McKee takes a moment out of the box. The lefty will stand back in. Takes high and away. On the roster, this one caught me off guard here for Central Catholic today. There is a young man that has the same last name as I do. I have never seen that before. It's a 3-1 pitch. Takahashi does not find the zone. Will walk a batter with 1 out. The pinch hitter, McKee, will draw the walk. 1 on, 1 out. And the 7 hitter will step in, and it'll be a new batter in this spot as well. That is Langston Captour. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it away for strike 1. There's a young man by the name of Connor Kieran, and kind of says it a little bit differently. He's on the roster. I've never seen anybody with the same last name as me, let alone call the game with that in there. So that one caught me off guard. As far as we know, we would at most be distant relatives, but he's in the dugout still. Could be a possible late game substitution here at some point. Ball in the dirt, gets away up to second base. Will go Grant McKee, and a man into scoring position now for Central Catholic. As late game here, Takahashi struggling to find the zone a little bit. He will face the hitter. That ball slapped to right field. Drops down in front of Jace Wilder. He comes up throwing. The throw goes all the way to the plate, and that holds the runner at third. It's a 1-out single to right field by Captour, and it puts runners at first and third for Central Catholic. And a visit out to the mound for assistant coach Zach Mandera. First time we get to say that here this season. Mandera will head out to talk with Takahashi here. No indication at the moment on any pitching changes. Takahashi's got to be getting close to his limit, and maybe they're letting him know that. Also might have been an opportunity to try and explain to the pitcher and catcher what they want to do with the first and third situation here. Up to bat will be Dexter Stremming. An opportunity to put Central Catholic in the lead. He'll take inside, ball 1. Stremming on the day is 0 for 2 with a couple of fly ball outs to right field. Takahashi's 1-0 delivery. Slapped, goes right to first baseman Evan Corbin, and he tags the bag for the out. A double play to finish off the inning. A laser off the bat as Stremming goes right to first base, and there to make the play is Evan Corbin at first. We'll give a replay for those that are watching online. Corbin, the laser right at him, just then falls on the bag to make the double play out and finish things off here in the top of the 7th. Roseburg gets out of the jam. We go to the bottom of the 7th, a 1-1 ball game. Back after 60 seconds on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Bottom of the 7th, Roseburg looking to try and walk off with a win against Central Catholic after some great defense to keep this one tied at 1-1. It's Austin Takahashi at the plate against Spencer Marin for the first time. And Takahashi, I thought had an 0-2 count, but it is an 0-2 count for Takahashi. He'll take outside. The count goes to 1-2. Great defense there at first base by Evan Corbin. And now it's up to the bats to try and do the damage. Top of the order up here for Roseburg. Takahashi with the 1-2 pitch. Puts this one in play. Ground ball, sliding attempt. The second baseman, throw to first. Just in time to get Takahashi. So Austin out at first. He is 0 for 3 in this game. Nice play at second base by Stremming to slide to his right up the middle, make that play, and then come up throwing quickly to first, beating out Takahashi by just a step. Eli Jacobs at the plate, a 1-0 count for the center fielder, who is 1 for 2 today, a strikeout, a single, and a walk. He's got the 2-0 count now as Marin came in. He's been erratic at times, but he's settled in all right. 2-0 pitch is a fastball for a strike. He comes from kind of right over the top as he fires in that fastball. A 2-1 pitch to Jacobs. And it hits the outside corner at the knees for strike 2. Roseburg with 1 out will try to see if they can come back in this one to get the lead. They led 1-0 through a couple of innings, but it has been tight all the way through. A defensive swing by Jacobs keeps him with a 2-2 count. Roseburg got 1 run in the bottom of the 4th on a double by Jake Johnson. And then Central Catholic tied it in the top of the 6th. A 2-2. Jacobs waits on a breaking ball, sends it to left field, though, and there is Andrew Krall. That might actually be a defensive replacement out there. Cap Tour had come in. And, yeah, that is Cap Tour out there in right field now, or excuse me, left field. And Cap Tour makes the out, 2 away. That will bring up the 3-hitter, Evan Corbin. He hits a ground ball to short. In front of it is Rice. Tosses across the diamond, and we're heading to extra innings as we are tied at 1 going to the top of the 8th. Roseburg unable to do anything to walk off with a win here tonight. Extra innings when we come back after 60 seconds on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Well, we go to the top of the 8th inning. We get a pitching change brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Stop by and fill up after home games or come by and watch the away games on the live stream there at Mountain Mike's Pizza. It'll be Jordan White to take over for Austin Takahashi, who goes 7 innings. First pitch from White is low for ball 1 as he'll face off against Ryan Davis, the 9-hitter who is 1 for 2 in the ball game and scored the game-tying run in the 6th. 1-0 from White. Misses low, a 2-0 count. Defensive changes here. Takahashi goes to shortstop, and Avery will move to second. Ground ball hit hard to third. It's picked up by Jake Johnson, who does a nice job fielding the position there. And Johnson across the diamond to retire Davis. One away in the top of the 8th inning. So our first extra inning game of the season.
Number 5, Cade Galen.
That'll bring up the top of the order here. Cade Galen will bat. He is 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs to second base. Takes high for ball 1. He also has a sac bunt in the 6th inning. 1-0 from White. That ball hit hard to right field. Will drop in front of Jace Wilder for a base hit. First of the day for Galen. First hit allowed by Jordan White this season as he comes in out of the bullpen. 1 on, 1 away. Roseburg has turned a few double plays here today. In fact, I think they've turned 3 of them total. Aiden Rice has had a big day at the plate. 3 singles. He's driven in a run. He is 3 for 3 in this game. First pitch swinging. He pops it up. That one foul and out of play. Strike 1 to him. Jordan White last year for Roseburg. 16 1/3 innings worked at a 1.29 ERA. Bounces one in. The runner will race back to first. Thought about going. Decides, I'll go back to first base instead. So Galen back to the bag at first. At the plate, a 1-1 count for Rice. The shortstop. Swing, ground ball towards Avery. Flips to Takahashi. Relay over to first, and there's the 4th double play of the ball game for the Tribe. And it'll end things in the top of the 8th. A good old-fashioned 4-6-3 double play. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Roseburg looking to try and walk it off in the 8th inning. When we come back on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Extra innings here in Roseburg today. Central Catholic looking for its first win of the season. Roseburg looking to get its first walk-off win and go to 2-0. Still on the mound is Spencer Marin for Central Catholic. His first pitch is called for a strike against Jordan White, who has taken over as Roseburg's pitcher in relief of Austin Takahashi. 0-1 here to White. Misses outside, a 1-1 count. Roseburg JV were scheduled, I believe, to be playing today out at Sunshine Park, so that's good. They had gotten rained out earlier in the week. Jordan White fouls one off for strike 2. Let's see, maybe I can. I mean, this game has been one that has been, for a game going to extra innings, it's actually been clipping along at a pretty decent speed, so that's not too bad. JV may still be going. 1-2 pitch here for White, and he'll call time and step out. One-two delivery. White fouls it off. One ball, 2 strikes for White, the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 8th in a 1-1 ball game. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball. He was able to hold off on that one. And Roseburg's shown some decent plate discipline. so far through this game. At least against Spencer Marin, they had a lot of swings and misses against starting pitcher Cam Ames, who struck out 9. 2-2 pitch. Fastball carries high for Marin, and it's a full count for Jordan White, who drew a walk in the 5th inning. White was the last batter to face off against Ames before the pitching change brought in Spencer Marin. Marin's 3-2 pitch to Jordan White with nobody on, nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. Swung on. In the air to right field. If it stays fair, could be trouble. Into foul territory. That one bobbled and dropped by the right fielder, Armand Laitier. And Laitier had his glove on that one. Couldn't hang on to it. He hasn't gotten a lot of action out there in right field. Long way to run. That ball just hung up in the air. I didn't think he had a chance to get to it if it had stayed fair at the foul line. That one stayed in the air, and he got all the way to the bullpen. Still had a chance to make the catch, but it popped out of the glove at the last second. So back to the plate comes Jordan White for another 3-2 pitch. Off speed, got him chasing. He will head down to first on the ball that was in the dirt, but gets thrown out there. Oh, that slow breaking ball. He wanted to hold off and just could not pull the bat back. First strikeout for Marin in relief. 1 away. Brings up Jace Wilder. The right fielder is 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch, he swings through it. Big cut there out of Wilder, chasing the fastball. Wilder with a strikeout, a ground out, and a walk. The 0-1. Ground ball up the middle. Gets into center field. A base hit for Wilder. That's 2 straight games that he will put one in play for a base hit, and that's the 4th hit of the ball game for Roseburg, first since the 4th inning. Just out of the reach of Aiden Rice, trying to dive up the middle to get to that ball. 1 on, 1 out. Parker Burke will bat. He is 1 for 2 in the game. Breaking ball bounces outside. Chest protector knocks it down for Gavin Dunn. Dunn seems a little slow there. They're going to give him a second to catch his breath. That one, he got the chest protector stuck right out there in front, knocked it down, but now he's going to walk over and have a conversation with Coach Barkas. Roseburg looking to try to go to 2-0 on the season. They won the season opener against West Salem 6-2. That was their 3rd straight season opening victory, by the way. Kind of cool. Parker Burke. 1-0 pitch, ground ball. Left side gets through. Heading around second, Wilder will put the brakes on. Back to the bag as Parker Burke picks up his 2nd hit of the game. A ground ball through the left side. Puts runners at first and second with 1 out. Courtesy runner will come out for the catcher. Braden Russell will get a chance to run for a 3rd time in this game. And brings up Jake Johnson, who was the hero back in the 4th. Drove in the only run of the game for Roseburg on a double down the line. He's got a chance here to be the hero again and would definitely earn himself a lot of praise in the dugout if he could do it here. Runners at first and second. A visit on the mound for Coach Barkas and the entire infield. So we get a little bit of a break in the action here. Good chance to let you know that basketball fans, make sure you tune in for Oregon men in the 2nd round of the NIT coming up on Sunday. They tip off at 4:30 Sunday afternoon against Central Florida. That's another home game for the Ducks there from Matthew Knight Arena. Tune in for coverage starting at 4 o'clock on our news partner, News Radio 93.9 FM and 1240 KQEN. Roseburg looking to try and walk it off here. 2 runners on. See if they come up with any, if they try to scheme up anything with the base runners. At the plate, Jake Johnson. Again, had the first extra base hit of the season for Roseburg with a double back in the 4th. Spencer Marin's first pitch is a breaking ball that he did not get the spin on. And a visit out to the mound for the catcher. Marin has done that a few times where You get that breaking ball and the release point, the release of the ball itself. You just don't get the snap to get the movement on the ball, and it just sails to the plate. Johnson will step back in, a 1-0 pitch. Fastball bounces in behind the plate, working hard. Dunn knocks it down to keep all the runners where they're at. Jake Johnson. The 2-0 pitch swung on and missed with the breaking ball. Johnson not cheated on that one, but got out there, opened up the front end, and went flailing by on that breaking ball from Merritt. 2-1 pitch. Squares to bunt, and he'll take high. Bunt shown late in the at-bat there for Johnson. Might have just been to try and throw off Marin just a bit, and it seemed to have worked. Marin delivering way high. We go to a 3-1 count. And that one bounces in, blocked by Dunn. The bases are loaded. Jake Johnson heads to first. The runner, though, to really be paying attention to is Jace Wilder, who trots to third. And that is the third walk issued by Spencer Marin in relief. The infield will play in. The outfield will also come in a bit. Hunter Fullerton will bat. Fullerton takes one that bounced well out in front of the plate for ball one. Today's game streaming live online at 541radio.com. The exciting conclusion. Our video stream this season brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. 1-0 count for Fullerton. Swing and a miss. Big cut. 1-1. Just got to find a way to maybe get the ball into the outfield to sack fly to win this one. The 1-1 pitch, high and away. Walk would work as well. Roseburg walked in a couple of runs on Tuesday in the season opener. Coleman and White, and both either hit by a pitch or a walk to bring in a run. 2 balls and 1 strike. With 1 out, Spencer Marin delivers high at the eyeballs for Hunter Fullerton, and here we go. It's got to be there. Three balls and 1 strike. Fullerton waits for the delivery from Marin. Everyone getting loud. The 3-1 pitch, ball 4, ball game. Well, it's not the most exciting way to walk off with a win, but Roseburg will get to do it. Spencer Marin walks in the game-winning run. Roseburg will be victorious 2-1 against Central Catholic today here at Champion Car Wash Field. Well, fun ball game for both these teams. Well played. I know disappointing in a long trip back home to Portland for Central Catholic. Disappointing to lose on a walk-off walk, but nonetheless, it was a well-played game from both these sides. Some really good pitching for both teams. We'll go ahead and take our final break, come back with the postgame show to wrap it up for you today from Champion Car Wash Field. Roseburg a winner, 2-1 on top of Central Catholic on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate! Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Wrapping up things here from Champion Car Wash Field, where Roseburg gets a win tonight over Central Catholic. A big one there that might help out later on in the season when those power rankings really start to come into effect. When Roseburg tries to get a seed in the postseason, hopefully they'll be vying for a spot in the postseason. And we'll see how things go there. But Central Catholic always a contender to obviously reach the postseason and make a deep run. So you would hope a big win at home against Central Catholic will help boost you with that power ranking later on in the year. But nonetheless, confidence booster for sure as Roseburg gets a walk-off 2-1 win over Central Catholic. Taking a look at your final numbers, 1 run on 7 hits, no errors, and 4 men left on base for Central Catholic. 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 8 men left on base for Roseburg. Getting the win today will be Jordan White, who comes in relief in the 8th inning. He pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. He got a big double play from Evan Corbin for the final 2 outs of that 8th inning to keep Roseburg from giving anything up in the 8th inning. Taking the loss is going to be Spencer Marin, who pitched 2 2/3 innings, gave up 1 run on 2 hits, walked 4, and struck out 1. Both starting pitchers were really good in this game. Austin Takahashi pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run on 6 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Cam Ames went 4 2/3 before he had to come out. His pitch count probably got a little bit high, but he was lights out. Gave up 1 run on 3 hits, had 3 walks and 9 strikeouts. He did hit 2 batters in there as well. So the winner is White. Marin takes the loss as he issues a walk to Hunter Fullerton with the bases loaded to finish this one in a 2-1 score in favor of Roseburg. Central Catholic will drop to 0-2 on the season. Roseburg will go to 2-0 on the year. Central Catholic playing a really tough schedule to start out the season. Roseburg also playing a tough one. They've got a big game against Lake Oswego coming up tomorrow. Taking a look at how this one played out, it was scoreless through the first 3 innings, but in the 4th, Roseburg gets a double down the right field line by Jake Johnson to score Parker Berg, actually score Braden Russell, who was running for Parker Berg. and that would make it a 1-0 game for Roseburg. It stayed that way until the top of the 6th when Aiden Rice came up with his 3rd hit of the game for an RBI single to drive in Ryan Davis, who had led off the 6th inning with a single, and that tied us up at 1-1. But in the bottom of the 8th, Spencer Marin started getting a little erratic. He gave up back-to-back one-out singles to Jace Wilder and Parker Burke, and then a walk to Jake Johnson, and then a 5-pitch walk to Hunter Fullerton brought in the game-winning run. That is how it played out here today. Let's look at some of the offensive numbers. 3 hits in the game for Aiden Rice. 3 of the 7 hits for Central Catholic. He goes 3 for 4 in this game with an RBI. Cade Galen, Gavin Dunn, Langston Captour, and Ryan Davis with hits in the game as well. For Roseburg, Parker Burke had 2 hits in this one, goes 2 for 3, also got hit by a pitch. And so he gets on base 3 times today. Eli Jacobs was 1 for 3 with a walk and a single. Jace Wilder goes 1 for 3 with a walk and a single and a run scored. Jake Johnson was 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI, also had a walk. Hunter Fullerton goes 0 for 2, but he drew 2 walks and gets the game-winning RBI. And that is most of the numbers for you today for Roseburg. And, there you go. A big win for Roseburg. Go to 2-0 on the season here this afternoon. Roseburg also today, should be noted, this was pretty impressive. 1, 2, then you had that one, 3, 4 double plays turned in this game for Roseburg defensively. That's pretty impressive there. All right, looking forward, coming up next for Central Catholic, they will be taking on Westview on Tuesday next week as they get a few days off here. For Roseburg, coming back Roseburg, Central Catholic's got Westview on Tuesday next week. Roseburg's got Lake Oswego coming up tomorrow here at Champion Car Wash Field. Lake Oswego was receiving votes in the preseason OSA coaches poll. Lake Oswego started out the season, they're 1-0 after beating number 4 ranked Clackamas on Tuesday earlier this week. So that should be another big game coming up for the Tribe. Going to wrap it up there for you as we go to 8 innings, and Roseburg picks up the victory on top of Central Catholic 2-1. Want to say thank you to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Troy Thompson, and the entire Roseburg baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Head Coach Justin Barkas and the Central Catholic Rams for making the trek down here. Great game here today. It was nice to talk with Coach Barkas there a little bit in the pregame show. Nice guy, and best of luck to them the rest of the way through. I want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for the radio production here tonight. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. We'll catch up with you all coming up tomorrow when Roseburg welcomes in Lake Oswego. It's another 4:30 start and a 4:15 pregame. You can catch the action streaming live online at 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. And you can also catch the action right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. All righty, Brenton, I appreciate it. I am going to run quickly because I got to go